Gigabyte.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am BDLM, coming with my buddy J4Y, bringing you the losers bracket final of the Rising Star qualifiers leading into the GEST. This is Gizmo versus Flash. What's going on, man?
Ready for some exciting action. Oh my god, Gizmo last game was running away with the game almost at one point, had amazing picks, Morphling, Night Stalker, everything you could ask for in a gank lineup, and then just after one team fight, it just seemed everything, the world crumbled beneath them, and they ended up losing to Space Monkeys.
Yeah, that was a fantastic game. If you guys are just tuning in and you didn't get a chance to see that, I had a cigarette afterwards. Not a real cigarette, I don't smoke, it was a candy cigarette, but a cigarette nonetheless. And it was just great fun to watch. But right now, losers bracket final. It's all on the line now to see who is going to go up against Space Monkeys. And so far, we have some bans coming out. Darkseer, Lycanthrope, banned out by Flash. We're going to have Tidehunter and Rubik banned out by Gizmo.
So these things are making a lot of sense. Actually, Gizmo was against a Rubik last game. Not interested in him again. Telekinesis just proves to be such a great ganking setup tool, and then on top of that, of course, you can steal whatever you've got. So definitely a logical one there. Tidehunter as well. So yeah, I mean, these actually, they were both on the other team now that I'm recalling, and both, I guess, were part of the reason why they definitely lost that game.
Yeah, I mean, they had to buy BKBs for other reasons as well, but I think part of the reason that they had to get them so quickly was just, Ravage. We don't want to have to deal with that in the early parts of the game. And, you figure later on when you start to pop those BKBs, you're down to 5 seconds. I mean, it's not going to save you from everything. Now, Invoker being banned out, another hero from the last game, and Nagastar's going to finish this out. We still have, Templar Assassin. I was going to say we still have a lot of crazy heroes that could take some time for you to choose. Nope. Templar Assassin, they want to run that strong middle carry.
Oh my god, she didn't get banned? Oh no, that's amazing for us as casters. That is amazing for us. Thank you very much, Flash.Esports. So a first pick TA. This hero is so valued in these games. It's amazing the differences between SEA and other styles of gameplay. I mean, other people do like TA, but they don't ban them early on, and they certainly don't first pick her. Where's the Leshrac? Not even close to being banned or picked. Is she going to get used here?
I don't know.
Was he banned or picked last game?
No.
Oh my god. That's like the first game I've watched without Leshrac.
Okay. If Flash runs Venomancer, solo mid against Templar Assassin, Flash may or may not be my new favorite team. Just throwing it out there. They pick up that Venomancer, so strong against Templar Assassin, so many dots he can put up in the team fight that will bring down the refraction. Especially when he picks up that ultimate as well. It's that and the Poison Sting. It just right through those charges lets you really start to get at that Templar Assassin health. Pick that up fairly quickly, but now eating into a lot of their reserve time, making their second decision. There are a lot of great heroes left. You mentioned the Leshrac. There's also Nature's Prophet. There's also the Chen, the Enchantress. There are a lot of choices. There you go.
And I was just saying, why not pick both hard counters to Templar Assassin right here? I mean, both of them. The Diabolic Edict, Venomous Gale, plus the Poison Sting, plus 1 billion damage over time. Venomancer probably the king of it, but still, I mean, both of them pretty effective against the Templar Assassin, so I really like seeing those as their first 2 picks against it, and maybe that's why they let it slide through. They're like, okay, you're going to pick that first? That's fine with me. We'll get this.
Yeah, I mean, both Leshrac and Venomancer are such highly valued heroes, regardless of if there's a Templar Assassin in the game. It's not like they're sacrificing anything by picking these heroes up, or picking them up early. I mean, both these heroes, I think, well deserving to be picked in the first 3. Clearly, they just wanted to get these 2 heroes just so that Gizmo weren't able to pick them up to sort of, deny them from Flash. So they're feeling pretty good against Templar Assassin. I think it's really now just going to be a question of if they run that Venomancer against her in the middle lane, or if they look to have somebody else do it and really just use the Leshrac and the Venomancer for the mid and later parts of the game to fight the Templar.
Yeah, definitely got a couple different options here. Actually spending a good amount of time here into the reserve. 45 seconds now they're down to. So many options remaining, though, where the Morphling, Lone Druid, still both in the game. Chaos Knight as well, mind you. Chaos Knight, by the way, not banned or picked last game either. So, kind of interesting in that. I would have expected to see him, but Night Stalker was chosen over him, and that, I mean, you can make arguments for that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what we get to now. I mean, I'm still surprised that Nature's Prophet's available. To be honest, if he really does make it through this first set, that's going to be pretty impressive. But man, similar to last game, both teams going down really low in the reserve time. Lone Druid, who was actually the very first ban in our last game, is now actually picked up here. Queen of Pain. So this is kind of interesting, I think, because Lone Druid and Queen of Pain can be played in the off lane. So I'm wondering how this is going to look as far as their lane setup goes. But all of these heroes are very strong, and Lone Druid is definitely going to really be there. If Templar Assassin starts to fall off later, he's going to be there to pick it right back up.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be interesting. Yeah, I'm really also looking forward to seeing Lone Druid. And if a Morphling's picked up here for Flash, that would make a lot of sense to me. You know, go head to head against that Lone Druid later in the game. Shotgun perhaps, but oh, Bounty Hunter. Okay, good pickup.
So the Bounty Hunter to me, I think, is going to say that Flash might be looking to pick up another sort of semi-carry, a hero that's going to be able to put out a lot of damage as well. I mean, to me, the Bounty Hunter is almost more of a utility hero than any kind of carry. I mean, Track is just such an effective tool to feed your supports gold. If they're in the team fight, they're going to be getting money, and that's going to let them get the big team fight items. It's also going to get them a lot of those luxury items that just make them so much stronger. You know, we think of those heroes as heroes that don't need items because their spells are so effective. So if you're able to get luxury items on top of that, it's just fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll have to see how they go. The bans come out. Brewmaster once again banned. Gizmo did ban that, I believe, last game against their opponent. So once again, understanding how strong of a mid-game hero that truly is. I mean, of course, the CC all day long, as well as the extra AoE damage. Disruptor getting banned against Gizmo. Maybe Flash doing a little bit of homework against this Gizmo lineup.
Yeah, I mean, I think a smart decision. I mean, just despite how good Disruptor is as a hero, knowing how well Gizmo are able to play him, I would definitely understand banning out that hero. And it's now left for Gizmo. They have to choose their very last ban here, down to 25 seconds. Still have 10 seconds left in their reserve tank there, but might want to save that for the picks. So, you know, maybe they'll look to try and ban out another one of those, like the CK, like you were mentioning earlier. Anti-Mage is still in the pool, and there really isn't a hard carry for Flash. Might be something they're interested in. So maybe this is where Gizmo is going to look to ban.
Yeah, definitely. I could see an anti-mage ban coming out. Anti-mage, of course, the mobility against Queen of Pain and Templar Assassin can be really effective, although they are kind of bursty right now. So, you know, some anti-mage, you know, necessarily not the best against, especially early on when he's got nothing health-wise to deal with that, or magic resistance-wise. So we'll have to see if that's what they go, but they might still go that Morphling. It's definitely an option. I still personally think it will be a Morphling pickup, but, you know, who knows at this point.
The Tinker does get banned out, and you're talking about mobility, certainly huge amount of it, as well as a lot of burst damage. Just really not interested in seeing that. The March is also just such an effective tool, and just maintaining control of an area of the map. You can't stand in a level 4 March of Machines. It's just so painful in the early parts of the game, even when you're moving into the late game. So they just don't want to deal with that. They're going to ban it out. And then Chen will actually be the very last ban, so still fearing a jungler, even though I'm almost expecting now the Lone Druid to fit into that jungle role based on the pickup of Queen of Pain and Templar Assassin.
Yeah, definitely an interesting choice. Yeah, I do like that Chen ban out, because you look at this dire team. I mean, you know, obviously Gizmo could be a pressure team, and actually Crystal Maiden's going to be a support, so looking for some nice setups there. Crystal Maiden, obviously more of an early mid-game support than a late-game one. Obviously, you know, she's got the CC. She's got some pretty good nuke damage up front. And then the ultimate, well, man, we don't talk about that very much. But, you know, aside from that, she can be very useful for these kind of heroes, and I think she might add a lot to that Queen of Pain Templar Assassin.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good reason that she's considered one of the best supports under level 5. I mean, she just has so much setup potential. I'm really curious to see who they looked around with that. Based, again, on the way those first three picks work, I'm almost wondering if they're going to pick up a hard carry for the very last position. If Morphling is still available there, that's certainly something that they might look to run. We'll have to wait and see.
Okay.
I definitely like this. I definitely like this Chaos Knight. They could even look to go pick up Lena now at this point, and they just have so much burst in their team, I think, between the Chaos Bolt, between the Shrieking by Bounty Hunter. If they do put the Laguna Blade up there with that, they're just going to be able to take out someone, especially like Crystal Maiden, so quickly, or put their focus on the Lone Druid, who's a pretty tanky hero, but obviously that much burst is going to be hard to stand up against.
Yeah, yeah. The Chaos Knight Leshrac, I mean, that combination has been down in the books for ages. I mean, getting that initial stun with Chaos Knight, following up with the Split Earth, so much damage comes out just from those two alone. Of course, Riftwalk to set up kills as well is so nice. Yeah, I definitely think a really smart choice. Gives you that late game potential you really want against a hero like Lone Druid as well. Oh, God.
Jay needs a tissue.
I can't
Jay
breathe.
needs a tissue. If you need a moment,
yeah.
All right. Ogre Magi, the very last pickup by Gizmo. So now I'm really confused about the lanes. Let's just say that much. Maybe they're going to look to run the Crystal Maiden as support for the Ogre Magi, which would be hilarious and awesome because it's going to give him the farm to be able to get the Agnum Scepter, which will provide him with that unrefined Fire Blast. They're looking to get a little bit of burst of their own, and really, when you consider that they have Templar Assassin, the Queen of Pain ultimate, as well as the Ogre Magi stun, they have a ton of damage to throw out on a squishy hero. And let me tell you, Flash has plenty of them. Leshrac, Venomancer, plenty of targets for that hate.
Yeah, he's not getting farm. I hate to say it. But he is going to be a support. I think they're going to try lane with either Lone Druid or Queen of Pain. And just pull for it. But still, I love the prospect of the hero, like you said. It just adds that much more burst damage to their already bursty lineup. Going to be amazing. He's another great hero once he gets multicast to, well, hopefully kill people very quickly. Not necessarily always the case. Of course, that is the chance when you roll with that hero. But Sand King going to be their 5th pick here on Flash. And I'm going to go over their lineup very quickly. It's going to be Hen KYKY. It's going to be on the Sand King. It's going to be Milligan on the Venomancer. KS on the Chaos Knight. A quick smoke, by the way, so I have to go quickly. Sinister on Leshrac, and then DSF on the Bounty Hunter.
We are actually going to have for Gizmo Glees on the Crystal Maiden. We are going to have Sean's on the Ogre Magi. Tell me why on the Templar Assassin. Like my song. It's pretty good.
No, I don't.
Pretty good. JXJ is going to be playing the Lone Druid, and I think the only person I may have missed is Kenryo on the Queen of Pain.
It's early smoke. Flash looking to invade. Wondering if they're going to find someone here. You see Sean's here, just kind of rolling out with that big club, looking for that tower, just kind of walking around, not necessarily getting in that jungle. If he does, he's in a heap of trouble. But doesn't look like that's the case here. He's just going to go straight to the tower and probably just camp out there. So this smoke might have been, it was a waste. Who am I kidding? It's already gone. But it was a good effort at least.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't try and poke their head down into that lane, but really, I guess, just wanted to see if they could find anybody overextended a little bit, place that observer ward, make sure they have the vision there. So yeah, unfortunately, like you said, it's a waste of 100 gold, which is fairly significant before you're able to actually make any gold. But a good attempt on their part. It looks like Bounty Hunter might actually be in this solo lane bottom, eating himself into the trees. So this remind me of the player on EG that does this.
Demon?
Yeah, EG Demon, just walking himself back into the trees will hopefully, I imagine, get himself into experience range. Is just going to be able to soak up some levels. He's not going to get the gold, but he will at least be able to get the levels up. And it's the track that this Dire team is really looking to have.
Here comes the bear. Down the expressway, pulling this creep wave as you would expect, and there's so little teams can do against this. I wonder if there's ever going to be a strategy against a Spirit Bear like this, and it's so hard to figure out because he's got 1400 health with a Stout Shield early. How do you kill that without using all of your mana right away?
Yeah, it's definitely a problem. It's one of the advantages the Lone Druid has in this long lane, and that's why we see it so often. It's just a really great play. It secures him farm and experience. I'm actually wondering how Kenryo is going to do in this middle lane. It's going to be really interesting to see how he does against the powerful slow, the Venomous Gale, as well as the Chaos Bolt. We have to try and keep our eye on that. Meanwhile, we're going to have Templar Assassin, the Crystal Maiden, and even the Ogre Magi down here. So he's going to be here as a support, not the farm Ogre Magi that we could, all love to see. But they're just going to be sure that Tell Me Why is going to have uncontested farm, get that Blink Dagger really early.
Oh, and he does. I was going to say they have a Sentry when they need it, because actually, here we go, Frostbite, just a little harass back and forth. Obviously, Crystal Maiden's okay with taking that harass because she is just that support. But yeah, it's a little interesting to see these lanes. The TA in the bottom, normally middle, but I guess against a Chaos Knight with anyone, you want to have a Blink. And I think that's a smart choice to run Queen of Pain there instead.
Yeah, I mean, certainly it'd be pretty easy to kill the Templar Assassin early on in the game, just buy some Sentry wards, and, Venomancer Chaos Knight can make really short work of that. Actually, here at the bottom lane, have to be very careful. Crystal Maiden taking a lot of damage. It looked like a lot of those Radiant Heroes were starting to collapse around, but decided to back off, didn't have the vision there, and Bounty Hunter gets away just fine. So it's interesting, I think. He doesn't even have to do that Demon Strat where he has to sit in the tree. He's pretty confident to just walk up, be able to do some poke damage, and get out just fine.
Yeah, Shadow Walk can be enough for a long part, especially if he levels it up. Obviously, duration going up 5 seconds of rank, so it wouldn't be too bad. I was also a little shocked. I thought it would be Chaos Knight Leshrac, but I guess they really want Leshrac to get the farm, which makes a lot of sense. But, that double stun could really ensure Queen of Pain dying, whereas a slow plus a stun, not necessarily if she levels Blink first.
Radiant structures already have to be fortified. Leshrac walks up, which means you have to be careful. And actually, Sand King tries to come in behind the tower, takes a lot of damage. Does have that Burrow Strike available. It looks like Venomancer's going to come over with a smoke. They're going to try to go for it. They get the stun, and there goes the Gale as well. It's going to land. Will they be able to get him? He's getting pretty low. They're going to take some damage from this tower. They do get first blood. Venomancer is going to get that Leshrac very low. Does have a salve on him. Going to use that to get himself out, and also has a portal if he needs to get back to base.
Yes, and he's going to just keep pushing this. In fact, Venomites might just hang around with these wards and just help him push this lane. Definitely a possibility. Well, the creeps are dead, so probably not going to happen. They're probably going to fall back, but that's a great kill. Yeah, killing Lone Druid early on, always a great thing. And actually, Queen of Pain getting a little initiated on by Chaos Knight. She's going to have to blink away because she cannot stand toe-to-toe with that hero, especially at this point.
Yeah, like you said, those two heroes are going to rotate out of the top lane. Actually, they don't know. They're like, we're here already. What if we can see if we can catch Lone Druid out again? It's going to be huge if they're able to hold him down. Then it's really all on the Templar Assassin's shoulders. Leshrac is just safe to walk up to this tower and edict it with this support here. And they might just want to try and look to get this very early tower kill, generate some of that early gold for the team.
Yeah, definitely would be a smart choice. And Leshrac is such a great pusher that I would definitely expect it to continue like that. So yeah, we'll have to see if they do continue. And I like the Leshrac with farm. You don't see it very often in these days. You normally see him just play that support role and then maybe get a Bloodstone at like 45 minutes or something, or a Blacking Bar. But no, he's going to have early farm. You see 16 and 1 creep score, only getting beaten out by that TA barely. So he's going to maybe go for a Blacking. I'm not sure. Bloodstone and Blacking Bar, we'll have to see which one he prefers.
Yeah, and I mean, I think I really like this. You can sort of have now this trio of semi-carry heroes, and this is just going to make their team fight that much stronger, just being able to get that Pulse Nova off in the middle of team fights if he's able to farm up that early Bloodstone. I certainly do like that. Have the Venomous Gale coming in on that Queen of Pain, just doing a little bit of harass damage. Chaos Knight coming in from the side, not going to be able to see Kenryo. It's going to have to go too far back for it. He's just going to be happy getting this farm. Has picked up a bottle, has a haste in there, so he's going to be a really effective ganker fairly soon.
I wonder if he can really make use of that. Meanwhile, Bounty Hunter taking a ton of damage top. Actually got meld hit by this Templar Assassin, who is, of course, maxing that refraction as the usual build you will see on her. Get that extra damage, more also chances to do it. But yeah, I don't know. Either way, if it continues as just like a farm fest, late game, Lone Druid, Templar Assassin, Queen of Pain, compared to a Bounty Hunter and Leshrac and Chaos Knight, I don't know. I don't even know if I could give either team really an advantage. Middle lane, actually. Thank God that was a 1 second stun, or Queen of Pain could have been in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, just barely gets out of there. That random effect of the Chaos Knight, such a strong hero if you get all the numbers right. But, I mean, the Radiant team are depending on the RNG a little bit as well with that Ogre Magi. He's getting himself levels, though, doing a great job. He's the one pulling the creeps and getting most of the experience. Crystal Maiden staying away a little bit, a level lower than that Ogre Magi. So he's going to hopefully have that random damage of the multicast coming up. And now actually Chaos Knight's haste is just going to pop up because of the time. We're looking to just get some that. Yep, and Bounty Hunter's going to try and come middle. And, I mean, there you go. That Shriek can toss 100 damage right off the bat. This might be enough to take out the Queen of Pain. There they go. The stun, 3 seconds. They're going to have it. It looks like... Do they have... Yeah, they will. Bounty Hunter is able to get the last hit, and that's great for him. He's been missing out on so much experience on farm bottom. It's fantastic. He's able to get that there, and they get some experience on that Chaos Knight. They're getting him to max out the Chaos Bolt, max out that Reality Rift, and he's just going to be so strong when he does that.
Yeah, definitely a great pickoff. He needs the golden level, like you said. I mean, he's only got 4 CS. Definitely nowhere near where you want to be. And that top lane's gone also. So Lone Druid maybe finally getting a little breathing room, but not much. You see Leshrac Sand King still right here. You know, you're not able to push out very much at all. And that combination from Sand King and Leshrac is just as scary as Chaos Knight. In fact, probably more so, since it's a guaranteed stun on Sand King for a certain duration.
Yeah, that's very true. If he is able to hit it, that will be guaranteed for him. I mean, we might have a fight break out middle, but so maybe I'll save my question for you for after that. Sand King coming around the side. What is he getting from that courier? There's a whole bunch of stuff. He's actually going to be the one grabbing the smoke. But there are also 3 Radiant heroes here, so they might have to be careful going behind this tower.
Yeah, I don't think they know. Although, look at that. They plant the ward behind the tower, you know, looking to get it. And actually, Lone Druid's Bear just checking out, seeing the Sand King here, so they know he's behind enemy lines. Lone Druid just running. JXJ's like, I am going in the woods and I'm staying here. Crystal Main's going to find the Sand King. There we go. Using one spell. Not able to catch up. They don't have that placement. He's actually going to Burrow Strike, though. Is Queen of Pain going to come up is the question. Here she is. Queen of Pain getting the kill. A good pick off there. He was way pushed up.
You know, I did like the aggressive warding, and I loved his position, but there was just nobody else nearby. Flash, the Venomancer, and the Chaos Knight were just too far back following the creep wave. They weren't really interested in securing that Sand King was going to be safe, so yep, he's a little bit too overextended there. And we're going to have a stun actually come in on the Chaos Knight. The Echo, or the ultimate by the Queen of Pain will be dropped. That Sonic Wave doing so much damage, and they only just barely do not get the Venomancer kill. Just so much damage coming out, so much burst from the Queen of Pain and the Ogre Magi.
Wow, that was close, needless to say. Yeah, Venomancer just with like 15 health, getting that salve off, surviving. Very good job by him as well, but a great setup, like you said, with the Ogre Magi, plus the Queen of Pain, all with so much burst damage, able to kill the hero they needed to. A Bounty Hunter that's hasted with 3 points and Shriek and Toss, looking to set up the burst damage. I like how both teams have a random factor on their team. Pretty fun.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it'll be... luckily we haven't had any, like, one-sided things where Chaos Knight's getting all the 3 and 4 second stuns and Ogre Magi's hitting nothing. Really unfortunate. It's looking to be pretty balanced so far. But it's going to be interesting to see, you know, once that Ogre Magi hits 6, how that's going to factor in to the Radiant play.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely going to be a huge factor. You pick Ogre Magi for that lucky chance. You know, if he gets the multicast, that's the difference between the fight being won or not for your team, essentially, sometimes. So, yeah, definitely going to see how that plays in. Chaos Knight, not nearly as random, I would say. It's, you know, difference between the 2 and a 4 second stun. That is a big deal, but when you compare it to casting a spell multiple times or not, that might be just slightly bigger.
Certainly. I just want to take a look at the last in the nice Templar Assassin now sitting at 63, just really uncontested down here. Leshrac, the next closest person, but he's 20 behind at this point in the game. And then Chaos Knight 10 behind him. So, you know, the Dire team doing a pretty good job. A Templar Assassin just completely uncontested. Track comes up on that Templar Assassin, so that's actually going to be really nice to have against her. Won't be able to meld and blink away later on in the game.
Absolutely. Just putting a trap down, giving vision. Ping comes out. He's like, dude, I need some help here. But not really. He's good. He's going to just stay here. It looks like with the Band of Elenskin, he's going to go for those treads on Bounty Hunter first. So just, you know, getting a little bit of basic boots. He's obviously not getting a ton of farm, 16 creep scores, so he's not going to get any big items necessarily. Just kind of trying to hold the line here while Templar Assassin keeps pushing it up. And you see her build. 2 in each. Very interesting.
That is interesting. I wonder what her choice is in doing that. Just, I guess, really wants to have the extra burstiness from the meld, wants to have enough defense to get her through some early fights in the beginning. She might have to test that out and see if it's enough here as 3 heroes look to collapse in around her. Bounty Hunter looking to try and get... Oh, the Blink Dagger might come up just in time. Will he get the track?
No!
That's going to be important. He gets stunned. The Venomous Gale comes up. It's the refraction going to be enough to save her. She's trying to run, but it's not going to be enough. The damage comes out. Bounty Hunter will get the kill. It looks like Ogre Magi wants to try and get some revenge. We'll get a nice stun, and we'll do the dot. Will it be enough to kill Venomancer? No, it will not. In the meantime, Queen of Pain is going to pick up a kill on that Lestrank in the top lane. And, yeah, so they're at least able to sort of balance that out there, but I think it's a much bigger deal to lose the Templar Assassin than the Lestrank at this point.
Well, at least she just bought the Blink, so really didn't lose any gold at all. But the tracks on Ogre Magi, he's in a lot of trouble. If no support comes, he's going to get picked off here. You see the Bounty Hunter trying to do some auto attacks. Of course, he's a beast. 929 health with only 2 GG branches. What's he going to do there? Burst Strike missing. Oh, no, they can't do anything. Queen of Pain in the meantime, another kill. And that's the Chaos Knight. They've killed Chaos Knight and Lestrank. Those are important kills.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the heroes that she had to help her. I mean, that's the thing about this team is there's enough stun and slow out of the Crystal Maiden to open up so many doors for Templar Assassin and for Queen of Pain. It's going to be really difficult for single heroes to stand up. I think if either of these teams really are able to catch out 1 or 2 heroes, it's going to be really unfortunate.
Yeah, absolutely. TP's coming in now, the tier 2 middle. Sinking of Venomancers, so looking to put up a little bit of defense. These are maxed out wards from Venomancers, so able to do a little bit, but not a whole lot. Actually, pings come out. They're going to fall back to the Radiant side because they have no idea where this dire lineup is. And there's Chaos Knight saying, "Hello, I'm here to go." Or something. That's probably not at all what he said.
Well, you know, he is a poet of sorts. I know he does like to write in his free time. So, you know, I could totally see him busting out some rhymes like that. Just looking at the experience graph, though, it's about 500 in the Radiant favor. Nothing much. 2,000 lead for the Dire as far as gold is concerned. So, a little bit of an advantage there, but really not going either way. And, you know, the score will show you that 4-3. It's very close for both these teams at the 12-minute mark.
Oh, this middle. There's going to be some pressure middle. Chaos Knight doesn't have his ult. He is doing the typical build of putting maxing out Q and W instead. But still, they got the Diabolic 8, they got the wards. They have a lot of pressure they can still put up. Radiant is putting up a defense with just 3. But there is this sneaky DSF Bounty Hunter below them. And they have no idea he's there. So if they get just a nice stun up, maybe on Queen of Pain or something, they might have enough burst damage just to finish them off before they really get to do any kind of team fight abilities.
Yeah, I'm really looking to see if Bounty Hunter looks just try and throw a track out on one of these heroes. Actually, looks like it's going to be SK wants to try and go in. They're just going to die this year. Reality Rifting the Ogre Magi. He's going to be taking a lot of damage, and the Traxxum will actually miss everybody. Kenryo is actually going to take a lot of damage here, but they're going to try and turn this around now. Templar Assassin is going to get out the slow, but they have to be very careful. 2 tracks are out. They're going to have a lot of movement speed coming in on this team, and actually it looks like Queen of Pain is going to be in trouble. We'll be able to get out by the looks of it. Now Bounty Hunter looking to go for the Templar Assassin. They're just having a hard time focusing on one of these heroes because they have so many ways out.
God, this build for Templar Assassin. It's like she's just rotating points one at a time. Rift Walk. Oh no, Templar Assassin. Refraction's down. Queen of Pain hitting 3 heroes, doing a lot of damage. But in the meantime, 2 heroes down. Templar Assassin. Queen buys back instantly, teleporting right back into the action. Can she get a kill here? Lestrank. 1 more hit's going to TP out. Oh my god, just barely. And now Venomancer on the run. Pings come out. They want to get something here. A little bit of vengeance, perhaps. It looks like a burst strike plus Riftbox going to be enough. Ogre Magi bursted. Venomancer barely just going to fall now. It looks like Queen of Pain trying to get a couple of these kills. Crystal Main going down to freaking Chaos Knight, just killing everybody. And now Queen of Pain's on the retreat. So, wow. Flash.Esports really taking that fight well.
Yeah, I mean, it only winds up being 8-6, not too unbalanced there. I mean, it looks like the Dire Flash will come out at an advantage, but man, so back and forth. And it was just so funny to watch the Venomancer trying to escape from that fight. Has Tranquil Boots delivered to him, pops him right away, and just hopes to keep running. Unfortunately, does not make it out. In the meantime, Lone Druid, 2,200 gold. Didn't see him there for that, so he's just looking to get his farm up. And it looks like he might just be looking to go for a Radiant.
Which is very, very common, of course. I mean, a good pickup. If you're looking to go in the mid-late game, that is, I think, the way to go to really boost your farm substantially. You know, so a good choice. We saw, in the last time we saw Lone Druid, he went that Maelstrom first, but it's because they were putting so much pressure on their team, he could push lanes very quickly, and it made a lot of sense. So good situational awareness, but I think a Radiance might be the better option in this one.
Yeah, I mean, and I think the other thing to point out just about how he's going for that Radiance, it's so raw. Basic boots on him and the Bear, not even looking to complete any of those boots, just wants to get it as quickly as possible. I think realizing how important it's going to be to have that extra burn damage in the fights.
Smoke bottom. No one's here, so it's going to be kind of a wasted smoke once again in this game. That's probably the story of this game so far, but, you know, it's just begun, of course. Templar Assassin, so yeah, getting this Blink Dagger, now Phase Boost, and then, of course, now she's got Poor Man's Shield. Just not really anything big. Obviously, the Blink Dagger helps you gank, but when the other team is stacked up and really, like, not able to be picked off easily, Templar Assassin kind of falters in that way, and, you know, you really need to take advantage of her Blink. If you're going to go Blink Dagger, you've got to be on the ball with ganking.
Yeah, and you know, I think that the Dire team is really well aware of how important it is for them to survive that initial burst damage. You can see Venumancer here in the bottom lane. He has his wards over by the Ancients looking to farm them up, and is farming in the lane as well, so he's really trying to rush to that mech, wants to have that completed for his team Flash, well aware that they need that heal in order to survive in these team fights.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely going to be an important thing to note. Drums will be finished up a Bounty Hunter shortly. You can see he has that Robe of the Magi game that's set up. Chaos Knight going that VIP booster. Might just go for that Vanguard. You see the Style Shield too. Make a lot of sense. Get that tankiness early on so he can survive that initial burst that Queen of Pain, as well as all these heroes, to be frank, will be doing to him. So that makes a lot of sense as well. I saw the Soul Booster on the Shrek, so obviously he's almost got his Bloodstone already, which is very good for him. If they can keep winning those fights and get those charges up, he's going to be doing a ton of damage in fights.
Yeah, I mean, just over 500 gold needed for him to be able to finish that up. Has the Ring of Health already as well, so just needs to get the Void Stone, and he'll have that, and I think that's going to be really important to have in these fights. That, too, is just more damage to take down Templar, Assassin, or Fraction Stacks. If he gets that up, he's just going to be able to Pulse Nova away, and she's going to be susceptible to the other damage coming out from the Dire squad.
Here we go, Bounty Hunter scouting out the Templar. Who else is here? It's Venumancer, so it's the two of them. And actually, there goes a track and just a little bit of initiation. It's only a level 1 Janata, so yeah, not much damage coming out. Actually, a ward spotting this Chaos Knight, so they know very well that there's at least 2 or 3 heroes in this bottom jungle, and they can see the two top. So they are split up. Now, will the Radiant take advantage of this split, or are they going to let them push this top lane for free?
Yeah, they don't seem to know what they want to do. They're kind of running around in the jungle. Looks like they're actually just going to break up and do what they've been doing for most of the game. They're going to send the Lone Druid up top, the one difference being that Templar Assassin will join him. Does have the track, though, so that the Dire team does know that they're making this movement and are going to back up a bit. Very good play by them, playing it safe. They are also, though, going to pop a smoke to see a lot of smokes this game. They really are just bringing their A game here. They want to make sure that they can find as many opportunities as they can to try and get themselves into the finals.
Yeah, exactly. The winner of this will match up in the finals versus Space Monkeys for a best of 3, which should be on after this, so stay tuned if you're in it for the long haul with us. But yeah, very exciting so far. And it's 6-8 now. It's kind of slowed down after that one team fight, but middle, they're not slowing down anymore. A great bow strike. They're split up. That's an epicenter track. That is certainly a dead Templar Assassin plus bonus gold. That is why you love Bounty Hunter on your team. Extra gold for everyone, and that's really going to help them out.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's fantastic to see when people pick up these heroes that they're, like Bounty Hunter, that they're taking full advantage of the abilities. He's headed up on multiple heroes in these fights, and that's fantastic. He's going to do it now on the Crystal Maiden. They're going to look to go in on the Ogre Magi, who gets annihilated. Unfortunately, not the track target in that situation. They're going to look to try and see if they can go into the base onto that Crystal Maiden, but they decide against it very intelligently. They're just going to back off and look to take this Tier 2 tower bottom.
Bounty Hunter has done a lot this game. It may not seem that way to some people, but the fact that he's scouted out these heroes that can be picked off, puts up the track for movement speed and extra gold, you know, and then the Shriek and Toss to finish them off, it's really been an essential part of why they've been getting these kills and really pushing these towers.
And you know, it's fantastic too, because you remember, he's against the safest lane of the Radiant squad. They had that Templar Assassin so well protected. He was able to play that lane really well, didn't give up any kills, despite the fact they were trying to use Sentry Wards to kill him. Just did a fantastic job, and we can see now Lestrak has finished the Bloodstone, and they're going to take it right to Roshan.
As they should. They're rolling in the advantage. I love to see teams do this. They're like, okay, we know we're up. Look at all these towers we push. They have to defend. What can we do? Roshan, easy target. You know, going to take a little while, but obviously, look at the vision. They've got 2 Sentry Wards in common places where the Radiant would have had vision. So they've already taken out anything that would have seen this happening. And, you know, really just smart play by Flash.Esports.
And you look at that ward, that's also going to defend against the smoke. So, again, just really intelligent play right here. They're going to grab that. They put it on Leshrac. I think a fantastic idea. Still a little squishy on that Bloodstone. So if he dies, he comes right back up, doesn't lose any charges, and he's going to have full mana at his disposal again. It's a really smart play here. We've got to see how they're going to use this Aegis. Are they going to look to start some fights in the near future, try and press their advantage?
Yeah, the Relic is up on Spirit
Top
Bear,
lane. They actually have Chaos Knight with an Invisibility Rune. Are they going to go for Kenryo? They do. 4 seconds stun. They're also going to get the Burrow Strike. They're also going to have the Leshrac stun, Split Earth. And Queen of Pain never saw it coming, gets annihilated. And that's going to give Flash double the Radiant kill score.
Wow. That is... What good is Blink when you can't use it? It's like, you know Queen of Pain, you think of her such a mobile hero, right? Can survive so many situations. Not with a 4-second stun, followed by a Burrow Strike, followed by a Split Earth. Like, that is like the trifecta of CC, and it's just way too painful for her. She did fall, like you said, and now just getting put that much farther back. She does go Staff of Wizardry after a Bracer, so looking for Oghanims, you would have to think, but not really that close to getting it at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that's always unfortunate. I mean, a cure like Queen of Pain is not one you want to see a Bracer on. I mean, the Bracer is like the emergency item. It's like, I'm not getting the farm I want. I'm not getting the advantages I need. I got to pick up some stats. I need a little bit of survivability. I need just a little bit at a time because that's all I can muster. So seeing that on her, it's a little unfortunate that she's slowing down her Oghanims but giving her a little bit of dependable stats. So hopefully she can survive any team fights a little longer. In the meantime, the Dire pressing this middle tier 2 tower.
Oh, Radiance is so close. Just 100 gold. He'll get it off this creep wave. And then finally, Lone Druid might start contributing something to these fights. So far, he really hasn't been much of any help at all, except just a farm bot. And, they just keep losing towers. You see middle getting annihilated here. Trap goes off just to slow their movement, but not their attack speed or spells. So, it still could go down relatively quickly. They can't defend this. Tower down. Getting destroyed by the Dire, and I mean, there you go. The Radiance is up now. Spirit Bear is going to start doing some damage, as you can see, just running around in the middle of their team, looking to just annoy him. A Rift Walk comes out though. Ogre Magi going to get bursted down. Queen of Pain hits 3 though with that ulti. Epicenter hitting 4 heroes. Now can TA survive? No, TA is going to fall. Lone Druid is tracked up. That Bear's still in the middle of them, but actually a 3-second stun comes out. Lone Druid's going to fall. That's a 4-for-0 trade in the favor of Flash.Esports.
Wow. Gizmo, who you and I especially have been watching throughout this qualifiers, been playing so strong. But Flash just rolling over them in this game. Despite how well Gizmo's been picking, how they've been trying to play this out, it looks like they're going to wind up losing this middle tower. They're actually going to have the Sand King try and pick up another kill. And of course the track immediately goes up on that Crystal Maiden again, showing you how well this Bounty Hunter is playing. They might have to back off here. They are just going to grab this very last Rax, allow the creeps to grab it actually, as Leshrac looks to retreat. Doesn't want to waste any of the 11 Bloodstone charges he now has.
That's scary. Oh no, he's going to have he has like infinite mana at this point. And now he's getting the Ogre Club, going to go for that Black King bar. When he gets that up, there's, little this Radiant's going to do. Lone Druid and TA, I mean, they're not going damagey enough, and I don't blame them. They need to survive, obviously. They're getting blown up. Templar Assassin, obviously a Black King bar would be a great pickup, but yeah, they're not bursting these heroes like I expected their team to do, they're not doing enough.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's part of the danger of running that Templar Assassin in the tri-lane. I mean, I think with what they had to go against, realizing they were going to go against a mid-lane Chaos Knight, that's what they had to do. But she's just doesn't have the level advantage to destroy these heroes, but they're going to try and take a smoke and turn this game around.
Chaos Knight getting initiated on. There we go. The burst damage is coming out. Chaos Knight is going to fall, it looks like, after doing a good amount of damage to Cop, but he buyback instantly teleporting to top lane. They want this fight to be in their favor. Actually, Spirit Bear doing some work to Venumancer, but in the meantime, the stun comes out. 3 seconds on Lone Druid. Ogre Magi trying to cast much. Leshrac is taking a heap of damage. He's going to drop, but he had the Aegis. Chaos Knight, is he going to die again? He just rezzed up, wants to finish Lone Druid. Is he going to? No! Templar Assassin gets the pick off. Ogre Magi will fall as well. Leshrac now back in full health, full mana. Going to be just annihilating their team. 3 down now. It looks like Crystal Maiden on the run. Can they catch it? The track is going to speed them up for sure. Blink, Burrow Strike, track. How much gold is everyone going to get here? I am looking forward to it. Money, money, money.
Money, money, money indeed. And Sand King, I mean, not that it's going to take much longer for Flash to sort of tighten the news. He's going to have plenty of money if he wants to even go for another item. Already has the Arcane Boots. Already has the Blink Dagger. He's going to be able to get himself a Veil of Discord if he wants, which would be a fantastic pickup for this team. I mean, this is just, again, the strength of track, how much global gold it's able to generate for your team as this Dire squad, after being initiated on, getting surprised by the Queen of Pain, just going to go ahead and turn that fight around and look to take another lane with it.
Wow. Yeah, this is they almost get the tier 3. The last tier 3, well, not last, excuse me, bottom lane is intact. Whew. Okay, it's not quite over yet, but 25 minutes, a lane down, almost another one getting pressured in. Yeah, really, of course, looking in Flash.Esports' favor. I'm going to pull up the gold graph really quick. That's about 20,000 gold. Flash.Esports. That's a number for sure. About 14,000 experience as well. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I pull up the net worth graph as well. You see Bounty Hunter and Leshrac actually leading the way, and that's the track. You know, it just really keeps you going. If you get these kills with track on someone, it's so much gold for your team. You know, that's why I think this hero gets banned so much in these regional kind of games.
Yeah, I mean, the Leshrac doing so. 15 stacks on the Bloodstone now. 15 magic wand charges. That's the other great thing, like I mentioned earlier, you get that Aegis, you don't have to be worried about losing those stacks the first time. Now looking to pretty much be about 200 gold off of the BKB, which would be, you know, a fantastic item pickup. That's going to allow him to stand up to the Queen of Pain ultimate, and a lot of the magic damage coming out from the Ogre Magi and the Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, and you know, as far as that last team fight went, it really looked like Gizmo did a fantastic job. You know, they killed Chaos Knight, he bought back instantly, and they killed him again. They had to kill Leshrac twice, they didn't get her the second time, but, you know, they had to kill all these heroes, like, twice. It was like, how many times do we have to fight these people? And it's also because of the Tier 1 towers. They're fighting near one, and that's the advantage of having these up, is you can come right back in the action if you buy back, whereas the Radiant, you know, they don't have that luxury.
Yeah, you know, that's part of the struggle at this point, too. I mean, there's only one tower death that Gizmo have managed to acquire. I mean, they just don't have that team gold for themselves at this point. Templar Assassin even still hasn't really made any progress. Picks up the Ogre Club, sitting on 600 gold, so she's so far off of her next item. You look at Ogre Magi, more than 500 gold away from Arcane Boots, something he would love to have so that he can cast more than once in every fight. And Queen of Pain actually is going to go for a Force Staff, interestingly enough, looking to get that positional play.
I would have to imagine Bloodlust would be a nice luxury to have, too. Use that on a Templar or Lone Druid Bear. Doing a lot of damage, but doesn't even have one rank in it yet. So that's really unfortunate for him as well. And here we go, the Bear getting Burrow Strike, getting Ripwalk. They want the Bear. 4-second stun. They're not going to get it, though. They do not match everything up, and he's going to fall back. Veil Discord, though. Sand King, you called it.
Yeah, I mean, why would you not get that at this point? Leshrac and Venomancer, and then you have the Shriek and Toss as well. Just, yeah, pour on the damage. Just, you know, insult to injury at this point. It's just going to be such an effective item for him to have, and he's had some great epicenters this game. He's had some really heads-up burrow strikes. I completely have confidence in him to take full advantage of that amazing item that doesn't get picked up enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. And like you said, this is a really good team for it. Tons of magic damage. Leshrac with the Bloodstone with 15 charges. Yep, going to be a lot of spell damage coming out. Actually, Queen of Pain does get tracked and needs to fall back. A double damage rune is popped on Bounty Hunter. He's ready to go, ready to dish out some damage. You see he hits for about 300 right now on his auto attacks, but they're trying to keep him at bay with this Bear, the Radiance Burn. 2-second stun, not long enough for Queen of Pain. Oh, she's not going to blink out though. Split Earth is going to land. Very good initiation. Venomancer ulting Ogre Magi. Going to drop most certainly to this Chaos Knight. Now they're going to fall back. Some AoE damage is coming out in the favor. If only Queen of Pain was alive for this fight. It looks like Templar Assassin is now down 2 tracks on these last 2 heroes. I want to see a beautiful Burrow Strike. It's not going to happen. Wow. Bounty Hunter, godlike, triple kill. And this might end up being GG.
When is the last time you saw a side lane solo hero stand up in his lane, come back to be godlike? And then also, when's the last time you saw a Bounty Hunter with a Mana Style and a Helm of the Dominator? They're just so fat, so strong. And Gizmo are going to throw in the towel. Flash are going to move to the grand finals of the Rising Star qualifiers. A best of 3, securing them a spot in the GEST.
Wow, what a well played. And you know, I'm sad now that I haven't been able to watch this Flash.Esports play. You know, like the fact that they just walked all over Gizmo, who we've casted, I've personally casted twice now, and they've looked so good in their games. Then just to get want to say rolled in this game. I hate to use that word, but they really did. They got pressured in all lanes, and they really didn't win any of them. Templar Assassin, like you said, got farm early, but then couldn't capitalize on it, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing about the Templar Assassin. She does so well when she gets that gold advantage. But, you know, when she's running that middle lane, it's the levels, too. She's just able to get the Psyblade range, the extra minus armor, the extra protection with the refraction stacks. She just didn't have that in this game. So, yeah, really well played by Flash. I am absolutely looking forward to these finals. And, you know, just to point out the dire situation here. Let's track 19 Blitzstone charges. It's pretty good. It's that is 28 mana regen.
This might be the first game I've seen a 4-staff Queen of Pain in.
That too. There were a lot of firsts this game.
This definitely was. Like you said, well played. Flash.Esports gonna face off. The Space Monkeys, best of 3. Winners bracket versus losers bracket. The winner of this qualifier gets to go to the main event against 10 invited teams and 5 other qualifier winners for a chance to win $1,500, and then another $1,500 if they win that one as well. So definitely a lot on the line for these teams, and it's exciting stuff to come.
For sure. We're gonna wait for this Ancient to fall so you guys get a look at the stat screen. I am BDLM. This is J4Y. You can check out some of our other stuff at youtube.com/DotaOnDemand, twitch.tv/DotaOnDemand. Please stay tuned, guys, and we will look to bring you the finals of the Rising Star qualifiers.
Also, check out Dota Talk.
Oh, yeah, cool. That too.
Dota Talk's cool people. They're really nice. They sponsored this event with Gigabyte, so props to them as well. Go to DotaTalk.com. You can keep up with the event and other news events that happen as well. Anyways, like you said, we are out of here. We will bring you the next game. Stay tuned, follow this channel, and we will be back with you shortly.